What's up? Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. This is Del Florida. They're live on the air on DC Music Rocks right now. We're going to do an interview with them, but first, I wanted to take a second and give you a little preview. Now, if they haven't, right now we're playing their song, Dreamin' Again, on the air. So if you haven't checked this one out, and they've got three other songs. I'm such a huge Del Florida fan. So check out more of their music. And of course, if they haven't ever heard of you guys, how would you describe yourself?
Definitely like R&B, soul, with like progressive pop influences.
Nice.
We like to use the word amorphous a lot.
Amorphous. Ooh, okay. So, that's them. Check out more from these guys, and we're going to do a little interview for them here on the radio. So, you'll find out all kinds of things about them. But, of course, and the website for them to check out is?
www.delflorida.com.
There it is. All right. So, now back to this whole radio thing. There it is. The song is Dreamin' Again, and that's Del Florida. And that's the single you released. When was that? That was 2018 that one came out?
That was
2018. Excellent. And what is the song Dreamin' Again? What is that one about?
That one's just kind of about things that you wish weren't really happening and kind of wish were more of a dream, but they're unfortunately reality.
Really? Like, so what is there that comes from somebody's life? Did you write that about an event that happened? Where does that come from? Or just in general?
I mean, in general, like, we definitely write stuff that's from very personal experiences. So, yeah, it's very cathartic to write those kind of songs.
Nice. So nobody was dreaming or wishing they were dreaming for that one? It was more of just a general story idea?
Yeah, that was more of just a general story.
Got it. Okay. Well, so let me give you a proper introduction here. So, on DC Music Rocks, we're shining a spotlight on the great songs, artists, and incredible people behind the DC region's music scene. Del Florida is a neo-soul-tinged dream pop outfit based in Washington, D.C., and fronted by vocalist and multi-instrumentalist Leela, how do you say it, Leela? Leela Dawson. Formed in Liverpool in the UK, Del Florida cut their teeth in the local club scene and supported up-and-coming acts such as Montreal Melancholy, indie rock group Tops, and San Diego noise pop duo Crocodiles. But after wearing out her student visa, Leela came back to DC and keep doing what she was doing best, which is bringing everyone into Del Florida's world. Now, when you say Del Florida's world, what does that mean?
I mean, I definitely like to make sure that we always put on the performance and make sure that people come out of it and view it as an experience more than just always went to see a band.
So taking you to Disneyland, taking you to Florida.
There it is. Speaking of which, talk about now that the name Del Florida, where does that, tell me the story. Where does that come from?
Well, the first band that, my first band, I started down in Florida, and then whenever I moved over to the UK, I wanted to kind of have a rebirth of that band, but I wanted to call it something that represented Florida, so Del is like,
Del
Florida.
There you go, for the Hispanic speakers out there. Yeah. That's Florida. And so you came from Florida?
I mean, I'm from DC, but we were living in Florida.
I met her there in Gainesville, and I was in a band, and she joined that band, and then I'm going to talk about. I've been slighted here, Brian. You've given me.
I can't hear
you. For the people listening, you've given me a microphone with the arm. It's kind of awkward, so I'm kind of like pressed in here. I'm trying
read in there. It's good, man. No worries.
So they can know
worries.
Florida.
Hello. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
I'm not from there, but yeah, go ahead.
And while we're at it, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band, names and what you do.
I'm Leela. I'm the lead singer, songwriter, and I play keys. And yeah.
Yep.
I play the guitar. My name is James.
He also helps write.
I'm Thomas, and I play the bass.
Nice. And there is how many pieces? There's 4 in the band.
There's
5. And so the other 2 that we're missing, what are their names? What do they play?
Jordan Stanley is on drums and percussion, and then Sam Pugh is on guitar and vocals.
Nice. And what part of the DC region are we connected to?
We do a lot of shows like down at the Wharf, like U Street Music Hall, Union Stage, Pearl Street Warehouse, Black Cat, Songbird, pretty much everywhere.
Leela's a PG County girl though, so
yeah.
So shouts out.
Born and raised.
Shout out to PG County. And what about other guys in the band? Are you in DC? Are you spread out? Where are we?
The other 2 guys are actually out in Easton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, which is on the, so that's Eastern Shore, Easton.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And what about you guys?
we're all in the Annapolis area.
Ah,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, DC. We like DC.
Of course, very much. And so now talk about your earliest memory with music for each of you guys. Let's start on this end. What's your earliest memory with music?
Oh, me. Oh, probably just listening to Queen, like the greatest hits of Queen when I was like really young. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
greatest hit
Oh,
that
the
comes to
greatest
mind?
hit. I think my favorite one when I was a kid was Killer Queen. I don't know
Killer
why. I just
Queen.
like that song a lot.
There it is. And if you
song.
don't know Killer Queen, now's your music trivia chance to go check out that song wherever you check out your music. I like it. Leila, what's your earliest memory with music?
Definitely being in the car with my dad when we're driving around. If he was like doing will calls or something in DC, I'd ride along with him and he would show me classic Yes, and we would listen to Roundabout, and he would make me listen to different time signatures and try and figure them out. So he was definitely a huge musical influence to me and definitely challenged me.
Very good. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he was the best.
All
He's
right.
awesome, yeah.
And what about you?
In kindergarten, we actually had to like make little guitars out of tissue boxes and stuff. I don't know if you guys had to do
That's
that
so
project.
Wow.
But I got really into it, and I was like, I said to my teacher and to the class, I was like, we should start a band. So then we all practiced for assembly and like led songs. So that was my first.
with tissue box guitars.
Yeah,
Dream-
we had tissue boxes and like little drums we made and stuff. It was cool.
What? That was kindergarten, you said?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Props to that kindergarten teacher, whoever
Miss
she was,
Filkin.
for
Miss Filkin.
Miss Filkin, wherever
Shut up,
you
Miss
are.
Filkin.
Thank you so much for like just embracing the class creativity. 'cause
I actually
that's-
got to tell her last year. I was like, "You set the course of my life."
Oh.
Yeah, so that was cool.
That is,
Wow.
man, that is awesome. I like that. Holy smokes. All right, now what about performing then? So when did you got these early memories, so now when did it become performing music for each of you? Start down here, go ahead.
Ooh. I lived in Gainesville, Florida for a long time. I'm not from there, but
Now, Gainesville, Florida is known for the University of
It
Florida,
is,
the
yeah.
Gators. Is that
That's
you?
right. No, I had no relation to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. You
We
just
do
love
like
Gainesville.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
Go Florida.
Yeah,
Okay.
I moved there for the Gatorade.
The Gatorade.
And you know, they had a really big like punk scene, a big ska scene. They still do. You know, the fest is something that happens every year there, which is very cool. And but so doing those like ska shows and going to those all ages shows and being, I remember thinking I was really into like indie rock and stuff, and I'd just come from a different city, and I was like, "What do you guys all listen to?" And they were like, "Oh, we like ska music." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm in the wrong place now."
Oh, that's funny. And all right, so now what about you?
Well, my mom and dad have always been super, super supportive of anything musical that I wanted to do. So shout out to you, mom and dad. But I wanted to play piano at a super young age, so they put me in classical piano lessons, and then shortly after I was in classical voice lessons. So I've just been doing recitals and competitions from a very early age. So it's always been quite formal for me. So now this is when I get to have the fun, is when I'm on stage with the band.
Wow. Okay. Very good. And what about you?
Same. My parents were very supportive, but I got to go to a Candlebox concert. I was a big fan of them, and I was the youngest person in the audience by far, singing every line in the front row. And Kevin from Candlebox like handed me the microphone for a song, and I sang it. And then the crowd just mobbed me when we were done. And I was like, "This is what I want to be doing. That's what I want to be doing."
I want to get mobbed. I want it to happen. Oh, God, that's so good. All right, so now talk about it on the personal side. Outside of this whole music thing, what else do you do besides music in your free time?
Man,
Go ahead, James.
we don't really do much of anything other than that. Just work and try to make ends meet so that we can do the music. Pretty much. It's kind of
I got that. You got to give me something else. What else?
Oh,
You know, I do enjoy a spot of gardening. Maybe a bit of, sometimes I knit, you know, on a Sunday. My blouse is open. A tub of Haagen-Dazs. And then every now and then I like a good knife fight as well. You know, I go to the big city and find somebody to just harass.
I love it.
Yeah.
You're making up the life you dream of having.
No, this
Good.
is real. This is
dream
real,
again,
Brian.
dude.
Open blouses and ice cream and
I-
knife
you-
fights. This is your
It's
life
on
is an
Instagram, Brian.
It's
This
a
is what
Mrs.
Dreaming Again is
Doubtfire.
about.
It's a Mrs. Doubtfire action movie. That's what
That's
this
what
is.
blouses
Dreaming
are in
Again
now.
is about.
Males and blouses, that's in now.
Oh my God, so good. All right, what about you, Leila?
What was the question again? Sorry.
Outside of your personal life, outside of work,
Oh.
outside of music, what do you do?
Not much, man. I'm a music instructor, so I teach music when I'm not playing music. I have 2 cats, so I spend a lot of time hanging with my cats, and that's about it.
Wow. Okay. There's cats and music. Very good.
Shouts out to the cats.
There it is. What are their names?
Maui and Lulu
And how long have you had them?
for 3.5 years or something. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Very good. And what about you down here? What do we got?
I do some humanitarian work, and I'm a hockey fan. I go to a lot of hockey games.
Nice.
Collect
And
a lot
now
of
is
hockey
that
jerseys?
Capitals hockey or just
No,
hockey
actually,
in general? What
I'm
are we talking?
I'm a Ducks fan.
Oh, there it is.
I
Okay.
don't know. In the '90s, the Baltimore team was the Bandits, and they fed the Ducks.
Oh, there we go. So you were a Bandits fan.
Not really, but I
Okay.
just, that's my excuse. I like the Ducks a lot.
I got it. All right. So the Ducks. It's an indirect to the Ducks. I like it. All right. Now, what
Sorry,
about
DC.
funniest moment on stage? What comes to mind?
Oh,
Okay, there was a couple shows ago where we were playing at Gypsy Sally's, and it was a super fun gig that we did with our friends Novo. But I don't really know what happened, if we all could not hear ourselves, but Tom over here was like a beat late on like this song that we've been playing for forever, and instead of like following James, who's the only one doing it right, we all just decided to slow down gradually and
Yeah.
follow Tom. And then we listened to it back later, and we were like, "What were we actually doing?"
And they all blame me.
Oh, I
They
blame-
all followed
I
Tom.
I blamed
thought
Jordan.
Tom was right.
I blamed
And then-
Jordan.
And they
just-
were like, James, you messed it up. And then I was right. I was actually correct, and you were all wrong.
Oh my God.
And I want to make that on the radio so
This
everyone
is
knows.
what you didn't know about bands is behind the scenes. Then they start like, "It was you." No, I think it was you. No, it
It was an
was
official statement.
Oh, that's so good. And what about biggest success moment for the band so far? What comes to mind?
There's been a few. So one of my favorite bands of all time is the Renikindo, who I've been a fan of since I was 16. And last March, we were able to open for them and another band called Little Tybee, who were super, super cool.
Wow.
But now they're our friends, and we actually just played a house show with Kindo at my parents' house earlier this month. And that was the coolest thing ever. And we packed out. I think we released 40 tickets and sold, and then released a couple more, and we had 44 people there in my parents' house, which it was packed out. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
It was
Oh my God, Mom and Dad's house.
I know.
like it. Oh God, it's so good. Now, what about a time you tried and failed? What comes to mind?
Oh man, so many times. It's a lot of times. You know, I don't think we've ever had something where it's been really, you know, we've been down in the dumps about it. I think we've, you know, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but we played The Pinch. That was the first show we've ever played, and that was sort of one of those kind of, you know, like what are we doing here, gang? Why did we? And I'm not trying to, you know, be mean or anything.
That was our first gig ever, and just like, seeing where kind of we started in DC up to like where we're playing like Union Stage and U Street Music Hall and stuff now is pretty awesome. So, it's all about just patience and making sure that we're getting
you
our
get your
efforts.
start. Yeah, absolutely. And then you definitely look back on some of those venues and you're like, given the choice, I'm not sure I would play there again.
Yeah.
Because
There's quite a few of those.
Well, yeah, and like as far as trying and failing, we played a couple shows ago, Gypsy Sally's, with our friends Novo, and we started this song, and I actually started it a beat late.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know,
excellent.
don't know if you heard that one, but that was kind of a try and fail.
it was a big one.
We tried a song and failed.
Yeah.
that one time. Yep, it was that guy.
We
They
got-
all pointed at you and you couldn't get out of it.
No,
that
none of them
time.
pointed at me, and it was totally my fault. I felt bad, for that too.
That's awesome.
Perfectionists.
What about, all right, so what do you have in your music collection that might surprise us?
I listen to a lot of musical theater. Yeah, love musicals. Sometimes like some opera.
Be specific.
Oh, I mean classics. Wicked and Phantom of the Opera. All the good ones. Les Mis. I teach a lot of those as well to like my students whenever.
Got it.
whenever I
And
see them.
when you say teach your students for, is it vocal? What do you teach?
Yeah, I teach voice and piano and guitar.
Got it. Okay. And you teach musicals.
Well, no, I teach
No.
Broadway tunes.
Excellent. Look, whatever the kids like, I guess. As a teacher, it's like whatever they're into, it makes it a little easier to teach it, I would imagine. All right, what about you?
Oh man,
James?
I imagine. I don't know what would be surprising, but a lot of stoner metal for me. I like a lot of like sort of really heavy, down-tuned stuff. Like Electric Wizard, I Hate God, that kind of stuff. Bong Ripper, Weed Eater, those bands.
And if you, I don't recognize some of those, so I'm
They're
gonna have to.
legitimate bands.
I'm gonna have to go
That's-
check this
that's
out
yeah.
later. This isn't a
That's a
Mrs.
real
Doubtfire
thing.
reference.
No,
This is a
this
thing.
is-
Okay.
It's legit.
Stoner metal is basically where you make weed puns and then you sound like Black Sabbath, and that's about it. That's what you have to do.
I feel like even slower than Black Sabbath. Though.
Yeah, you have to just slow Black Sabbath and just make a joke about weed. I think is pretty much the rules.
There you
That's
go.
amazing. I love it. All right. And one more. Tell us, what do you have in your music collection that might surprise us?
I listen to some like doomy drum metal stuff too, like Sun.
Oh, yeah.
I think that surprises people. But also on the other end of the spectrum, I have a lot of traditional Hawaiian on vinyl.
Really?
There's this radio DJ Webley Edwards who put
Okay.
together just like the coolest compilations of just Hawaiian steel-based music and traditional songs.
That's awesome. I like that. All right, I got my homework now for this. This is fun. All right. And then, all right, so now my favorite question to ask, and I have to ask this one, and this is for each of you going down the line. What's one piece of advice you would, if you could offer one piece of advice, what would it be? James, go ahead, man.
I'll just say email everybody. Don't be afraid to reach out, and it's like a numbers game. If you're usually starting out with a band, just get it out there and just keep or plug everything. Pretty much, that's what I'd say.
Okay. Don't stop promoting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Journey says don't stop believing.
Hey,
And in this case, it's don't stop promoting.
don't
I
stop.
got. All right. Layla, what about you?
I would just say to be patient for sure, but also what James said, don't be afraid to bug people. Like, if you think you're going to annoy somebody by, showing them your band 2 million times or trying to get that show, do it, because you never know what time that's going to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just
Absolutely.
be patient and keep grinding.
There you go. And one more. Tell us.
I'd
One
say-
more piece of advice.
Come prepared. Something's always going to go wrong, so if you have a car that has like a cajon and a bass
Oh my
and
gosh, yeah.
amps in it, that's going to help you.
His car has everything in it at all times. Like, there's always a guitar.
But we're not
and a
telling you
bass
where
amp.
it's parked.
And it has an alarm.
No, every
Don't
kind
go
of
in there.
instrument ever.
Yeah.
We're always,
You're always prepared with
he's
a backup.
always prepared.
I've got a
Yeah.
Darth Vader decal on the side too, so like.
All right,
Be
so we're not
prepared to
telling you where
face
it's parked,
Lord of the
but
Sith
But
if
we're
you-
not telling you
if
not
try
to
to
look
steal-
for
yeah.
there is a Darth Vader decal. Oh, that's funny. I like it. And all right, and if they want to find out more about Del Florida and the stuff you have going on, tell them where to go.
We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All of that is the handle at Del Florida Baby. And then we've got our website, delflorida.com. And there you can find photos and all of our touring dates and a little bit more about ourselves.
Very good. So check out more from Del Florida. Now, one of the things when you're a guest on the show, you have to bring great music with you. And let's get back into some music because we've been talking for a little bit. So let's do that. What do you have for us first?
Oh, first we have Ginger Wolf with the song Red Bracelets.
Sweet. And that's them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Check them out wherever you find your stuff online. Enjoy that Del Florida baby. Talk to you later. Great times.